All right, good afternoon, everybody. First thing I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to turn back into your journal where you were working on today, dividing decimals with patterns. I've got some patterns here, or some problems here, that I want you to work by yourself, but I'm going to do the first one for you. So I've got 668 3/10 divided by 100. Okay, remember when we're dividing, we're going to move the decimal to the left because we want our answer to be smaller. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and did 683 divided by 1. I ignored the decimal, so 683 divided by 1 is 683. Now, my decimal used to be here, so I'm dividing, so I'm moving my decimal to the left 2 times. These 2 zeros tell me to move 2 times. So I'm going to move over 1, 2. And so my new decimal is going to be there. So my new number is 683 thousandths. So at any time you can pause the video and answer these for me. And notice here I've got some 2 tricky ones. I'll give you a hint. If you don't know the dividend, that's what these are called, then you do the opposite. Here you do the opposite of division, and you do these 2 numbers, and that's my hint. Alright, so let's go to the next page. And so tomorrow we're going to do decimal division with whole numbers. So we're going to take a decimal and we're going to divide it by a whole number. Now in our standard it says to do it with models. So I want to show you real quick with our aerial models, and I'm going to zoom out some. Okay, so the problem says 3 21/100 divided by 3. Well, let me get out my models here. I've got 3 wholes and 21/100. So let's see, here's my 3 wholes, 1, 2, and 3. 2/10 be right here, and my 100th would be right there. So 3 21/100. So we're going to divide it by 3. So when we're dividing, we're splitting up into groups. So the neat thing is, if you look already, I've got 3 groups. I can take these 3 guys and I can put them into 3 groups. So here you go, group 1, you get 1, group 2, you get 1, and group 3, you get 1. So I've got my 3 groups. Now unfortunately, I can't break these guys up into groups, can I? So what do? You probably already know. We're going to regroup. I'm going to take a 10 and I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to bring in 10/100. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10/100. I still can't break this guy up, so I need to trade him in, and I'm going to get 10 more hundredths. Notice I'm leaving him out. I'm not including him yet. So I'm going to go ahead and make my 10/100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, did I change my number any? No. I still have 3 wholes. 1, 2, 3. I still have 2/10. 1, 2, or 10, 20, and then I have my 100th. So I still have 21 here. Now, can I divide by 3? I sure can. So I can say, you know what? 1 for you, 1 for you, and 1 for you. I can do it again. I can now divide these guys up evenly. Give each one 100th. So I'm dividing these guys up. So, alright, so give these 5 and make him have 5. Divide this guy up again, And that leaves me with 3, which I can divide evenly. So I've used my models. Now I want to know how much is in each group. So I'm just going to look at this guy. Well, there's a whole, so I know he's going to be a whole. And now let's count my hundreds. Let's see, 100th, 200th, 300th, 400th, 500th, 600th, 700ths. Well, there's no tenths, but there's 700ths. So my answer is 1 and 700ths. And if I were to look at each group, I could count 1 and 700ths. So I took my models and divided them up and was able to do a decimal divided by a whole number. Okay? So let's do it using that graph I gave you. Okay? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and let's do this problem. So grab your graph and let's do 2 and 4/10 divided by 4. All right? Well, I know I'm going to need, actually I'm not going to do divided by 4. Yes, I'm going to do divided by 4, but I know I need to have 2 and 4/10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in 2 wholes. You can color this in with me. So I'm coloring in 2 wholes. Okay, and then how much do I need is left over? I've done my 2 holes. I need to color in now. Let me finish up my hole here. I'm going to color in 4/10. The 2 and 4/10 is what I have. Okay, so I'm coloring in what I have. There's my 4/10. So remember that first number in the division problem is what you have. So I have 2 wholes and 4/10. Now I'm going to divide it by 4, meaning I'm going to make 4 groups. So I'm going to take another color and I'm going to make 4 groups. Well, if I were to ignore the decimal, I know that 24 divided by 4 is 6. So I wonder if I put 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I put 6/10 into a group, okay, I might make that a little darker so that you can see it. So I'm going to circle 6/10. Okay, I'm going to do another. I'm going to make 4 groups, or another group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to make another group. Okay, notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. I can make another group. And remember, when you're dividing, you're putting the same number in each group. There's my 3rd group. Okay, do I have enough to make a 4th group? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I do. So I can make another group. Okay, so I took 2 and 4/10 and I divided it by 4 and I made my 4 groups. 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay, and so I can use this to help me find out how many is in each group, and as we talked about it, we could see that there are 6/10 in each group. Now, because you guys know how to multiply, you can check your answer. 6/10 times 4. Well, I know 6 times 4 is 24. And then I can move over my decimal 1 place. And look, I got my answer. So what I want you to do is now I'd like for you to try this problem by yourself. 1 6/10 divided by 4. Color it in and then make your groups like I did.